Let's turn from Gucci to the local supermarket and get ready for checkout and chat. In recent years, self-checkout systems have emerged as the preferred checkout option for consumers. According to recent statistics, 73% of consumers favour self-checkout systems over traditional staffed checkout lines. But the Dutch supermarket chain Jumbo is bucking this trend. They've introduced a slow checkout lane, the chatter checkout, for lonely seniors who, want to have a chat. First introduced in the Dutch city of Vliemen in summer 2019, the response was so positive that Jumbo have now decided to build 200 of these lanes nationwide. Let's go live now to Natalie Berg, retail analyst and founder of NBK Retail and co-author of Amazon, How the World's Most Relentless Retailer Will Continue to Revolutionize Commerce. Natalie, is this the answer to loneliness?
I think it's a fantastic solution. I was actually in Amsterdam at a retail event a couple weeks ago, and these slow checkout lanes came up in conversation a lot. I think there's a lot of excitement around them. It's worth pointing out here that although Jumbo, the Dutch grocer that you've just mentioned, although Jumbo has been very proactive in rolling this out, it's actually starting to gain traction in other parts of the world as well. We've seen similar initiatives from Sobeys in Canada, from Edeka in Germany, from Tesco in Scotland. So I think, it's wonderful to see supermarkets around the globe really looking to normalize a slower service. And I don't think this is necessarily a backlash against technology, against automation, but I think this is, as you rightly point out, it's about combating loneliness, it's about caring for our community, being more inclusive, and ultimately offering customers what they want, because not everybody wants speed and efficiency.
I mean, Natalie, how long do you think these chats at the checkout actually last?
Well, I don't think they necessarily have to last a very long time, but I think what is worth pointing out is that for some people, this might be the only conversation they have throughout the day. So it's really a really critical service, I think. And it's also worth kind of bearing in mind that supermarkets play a pivotal role in our societies and caring for our communities. So, I think it's going to be particularly relevant for elderly shoppers, potentially shoppers with dementia, disabled shoppers, those that just need a little bit more time at the checkout, or even those of us who just don't want to engage with all of the technology. It's just great to see that there's an alternative out there.
It does create a different atmosphere, doesn't it, within the store? I remember when they were introducing, or it was the fashion to introduce coffee shops into bookstores, and now you can have a chat with the cashier in this one. And is that the point, to try and distinguish this from, say, platforms like Amazon, where you just order things online and there's no interaction at all?
Yeah, I think it's so interesting to see how the industry is moving. Obviously, the pandemic was a huge catalyst for digital transformation. And in that time, retailers had to invest in low touch services. They had to get shoppers in and out of stores as quickly as possible. And I think generally there's been this move towards more frictionless retail experiences. But I think when it comes to things like self-checkout, for example, there really is this divergence in thinking right now. You have the likes of Amazon who are going for checkout-free stores where you don't even need to check out. You can literally just walk out. So they're going very big on automation, and the rest of the industry is testing those waters. They're recognizing the benefits. But at the same time, at the other end of the spectrum, you have retailers that are also scaling back on this technology or even abandoning it altogether.
Yeah.
We've seen that with Booth's supermarket here in the UK, where they've ripped out all the self-checkouts.
Natalie,
it's really interesting to see how it's moving.
I'm going to have to end our chat there, but for anyone else wanting a chat, do head down to your local supermarket where this scheme applies. Bye for now.